Good evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. Today is Tuesday, November the 17th, 2020. I'm Jim Fuller, filling in for Andrew Todd, who's on assignment. In tonight's news, the Tullahoma Wildcat football team is 12-0 for the first time in school history. We'll bring you video from the Tullahoma Veterans Day observance held last week, and the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development warns unemployment claimants about an email scam that's making the rounds. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
Hi, I'm Fran Gray with Alzheimer's Tennessee. When you receive a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease for yourself or someone you love, please know that you do not have to go through this journey alone. Alzheimer's Tennessee is here for you to provide support and education, all the help you may need to get through this challenge. Our number is 931-434-2348. We encourage you to give us a call. We're here to help.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
Welcome back. The Tullahoma Wildcats moved to 12-0 for the first time in school history with a 35-7 win over Marshall County last Friday night. John Gray spoke to Coach John Olive about the game.
We are, for the first time, I think, in the history of the school, 12-0.
That's what Scott Chastain told me last night, that was the first time, and I will trust his judgment. He obviously has been around for a lot of years of calling football games, and he's probably a better historian than I am. So I will see that. I did not know that last night. I thought next week, if we could go 13-0, that would give us
well, we've
maybe
only had one undefeated season, and you've had both of them.
Well, anyway, it's, you know.
So Pat Welch and John Rickman will let us.
They will. That is correct. But anyway, we congratulate our teams. I did not congratulate them on that last night, but I will congratulate our young men on being able to get the 12th win and be the first team to be 12-0 at this point in time. But I'll also say there was not a lot of celebrating going on the Tullahoma end of the field last night, and it finally dawned on me is that our young men have a bigger goal than beating Marshall County in the second round of the playoffs, and it was a good win. I hope that our young men enjoyed it. But it's exciting to know that they want to attain a bigger goal.
27-0 halftime.
Yeah, 27-0, and quick turn of events there in that second quarter. We were able to play well defensively, get some 3 and outs, and then offensively we took advantage of field position and so forth. So. That was a big quarter. You know, you had the 4th down stop to open the quarter up, the first play. We're not able to, we got the ball, we take over at the 4 or 5, and it's not a long drive or anything, but we get it out, we punt it away, we flip the field, and we live the rest of the quarter on their end of the field.
Right.
And that's how you win football games. We know that we're getting ready to go play in the next round of the playoffs, and that's our goal. We're going to try to play some other people here as we go into the 4th quarter. So Some
Make
of
sure
it,
we don't lose anybody.
we're trying, and actually we put some first teamers back out there because we felt like we were beginning to lose the momentum of the game, and we were just trying to reestablish
Right.
that we were still in charge. But anyway, that's how the fourth quarter's gonna play out.
So we end the night winning that ball game, what, 35-7?
35-7.
And had pretty much in control of that ball game all the way through.
We'll be right back with more news after these messages.
I'm Philip Bourne, Stanley McNabb Detail Shop Manager. Here are a few things our customers have to say about our service.
What I love most about the Stan McNabb Detail Shop is there's someone local that I can trust to pick up my car, have it cleaned, and deliver it back to me in showroom condition.
What really amazed me is when he opened the hood and looked like he had taken the old engine out and put a new engine inside.
We have several different packages and individual services to get your vehicle looking like new again. We're located just behind Stan McNabb Chevrolet dealership. Call today, schedule an appointment, and see what the difference our detail can make.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Welcome back. John Gray also spoke with Coach Olive about this week's state quarterfinal opponent, Nolensville.
Now, Coach, we're looking for the third round, and last night Nolensville beat DeKalb, came back to beat DeKalb County. And so that's who's coming to town. This is coming Friday night, Nolensville.
Nolensville will be here Friday, and we felt like that when we had completed the regular season, that they're the best football team we've seen this year. Their offensive front and defensive front played really well against us. Their quarterback played really well against us last time. Gallardi, I think it's Gallardi. But anyway, they're a good football team. They went to the state semifinals last year, and so they're a team that's accustomed now. I guess this is the third year in a row that they've been to the quarters. No, I repeat, I'll take that one back. It's their second year though to be in the quarters, and they've been in the playoffs now 4 straight years. So they're accustomed to it, and it'll be a big challenge for our young men. We beat them 29-14 in the regular season. I expect this time it'll be a grind of a game, and you got to make plays in the fourth quarter to win. And that's
right. And
probably what every game from here on out will be like. Is you gotta grind through it, and you got to make plays.
And I was kind of hoping, because DeKalb County was ahead of them right up to the end of that ball game, and I was really kind of hoping that after what DeKalb did with us last year over there in their village, that they could come here and take a little dose from us, but that didn't happen because Nolensville stayed grind down, nose down, shoulder to the block, and came back and beat DeKalb County. So they'll be coming.
Right.
Least amount of points that we've beaten anybody.
That's correct.
Was the 14 point. Most everybody else we beat by 20 odd plus. Averaging 40 points a game, and our the people we play against are averaging about 10 points a game. So great season. Our young men, we were talking about it last night. When they show up, you know, and you and I have discussed it. They're not nervous. They're not excited. They get out there and they make some plays and start the ball game like we've started most of them, with a score. Everybody else wants to defer. We get the ball, we score. Then we stop them, then we score. And after that, it's sort of like those kids are working a shift work. They got their lunch pails over on the sidelines. They report into work. They go out there, they do their job, and come back. And not upset, not scared, not nervous. They know what their job is, and they go out there and they accomplish it.
That they do.
And we should be mighty proud of all of these young men and our coaching staff for getting us where we are right now. 12-0. Never happened before, unless Pat Welch calls me or John Rickman or somebody else calls us and tells us we told another story on the John Holly Fifth Quarter Show.
We want our people, our supporters, to be there, to feel like that they are part of this 2020 football season. Most unique season that I've ever been through, and it continues to be just a incredibly unique season. And once we finally find a way to either live with COVID or remove it from our lives, I may go out in the middle of that football field and just dance, because I am so sick and tired of having to deal with COVID issues. So anyway, guys, I've grapped enough. I appreciate everybody, and I hope that you will come out to watch Tullahoma High School play Nolensville in the state quarterfinals next Friday. We appreciate everybody.
We'll be right back with more news in just a moment.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
If you've been affected by suicide, you're not alone. Suicide is a leading cause of death that affects millions each year. In most cases, it happens when stressful life events overload the coping abilities of someone suffering from a mental health condition. And the most common condition associated with suicide is depression, an illness that goes undiagnosed or untreated far too often. But the research is clear. Suicide is preventable if we work together. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention has set a bold goal to reduce the annual suicide rate 20% by 2025. We can save tens of thousands of lives, but we need the help of everyday heroes like you. People have suffered in silence for too long, and too many families have had to weather their losses alone. You can change that. We need you to be the voice for suicide prevention, and it can be as simple as reaching out to a friend, because talk saves lives. If you're having thoughts of suicide, or if you're concerned about someone else, assume you are the only one who will reach out. You can also join hundreds of thousands across the country for our Out of the Darkness community walks and raise awareness of suicide within your community. Together, we'll bring hope to those affected by suicide and raise awareness to save lives. Learn how you can fight suicide. Visit afsp.org today.
Welcome back. As you likely know, last Wednesday was Veterans Day. Due to the COVID concerns, Tullahoma moved their observance from South Jackson Civic Center to Memorial Park. Let's watch as Tullahoma Mayor Ray Noes speaks.
We all recognize that this year's celebration is quite different from our previous years. The change in venue from the South Jackson Civic Center to this park. The need to maintain safe distances and wear face coverings in order to protect others. In altering our school systems, celebrations honoring our local veterans. However, I could see a silver lining in all these things. That silver lining is there. First off, our schools, they adapted to our changed environment. They developed a new and creative way to express their gratitude for the service of our local veterans. And to our first annual Veterans Tribute Train, it left the station early this morning. It consisted of a convoy of veterans in their vehicles passing through each of our schools' campuses. So the schools could pay a tribute to and display their appreciation to the services of our veterans. What a wonderful idea that was, and it made me proud to see that train come through our city this morning. Second, the decision to change the venue from the South Jackson Civic Center to this location. It's wholly appropriate that we're meeting here on Veterans Day to be observed at Veterans Memorial in History Park. So I want to thank the Shady Grove Garden Club for their vision and the effort in making this memorial wall. The flagpole and these markers, look at the markers that are a reality. So thank you, Sandy, and the others for your tireless effort. Okay, because that you are here today, you recognize the significance of November the 11th, Veterans Day, a day that our nation sets aside to honor all of those who served, our military veterans, both past and present, the living and the deceased. So with these bricks, you can see that with your own eyes and trace through your fingertips the names of our veterans who served or who are still serving. To some, they're just names. To us, they're our sons and our daughters, our husbands, our wives, our brothers and our sisters, our fathers and our mothers. They are our loved ones, and they are our own personal heroes. And with the creation of this walk, they'll be remembered forever. This American is extremely grateful for their service, and because of their willingness to serve and their sacrifice, we can enjoy the freedoms and the blessings that we have today. To our veterans, I want to personally thank you on behalf of a grateful Tullahoma and a grateful nation. Ronald, thank you. Yes, appropriate. Ronald Reagan once observed that some people live an entire lifetime and wonder if they ever made a difference in the world. But veterans, they don't have that problem. They all have made a difference. I hope you all have an excellent day.
And it wouldn't be Veterans Day without Lloyd Smith singing his traditional Armed Forces melody.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, moving to meet our thunder, and a boy give with a gun. Down we dive, spouting our flame from under, off with one terrible roar. We live in pain, or go down in flame, for nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. Over hill, over dale, we have hit the dusty trail, and the army goes rolling along. In and out, hear them shout, counter-marching all about, as the army goes rolling along. For it's high, high, hey, and the field artillery, sound out your numbers loud and strong. For where you go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along. We're always ready for the call. trust in thee. Through howling gale and shot and shell, to win the victory. Superb brightness is our guide, our fame, our motto too. We're always ready to our die. Aye, Coast Guard, we fight for you. Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to college joys, we sail and break of day, 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 day. Through our last night on shore, hail to the foam. Until we meet once more, here's wishing you a happy voyage home. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our nation's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines.
Another great performance by Lloyd Smith. We'll be right back with more news after these messages.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
My great-grandfather started it in 1900, and now it's 2020, which is 120 years. We still measure your feet, still try to help you find a good fit. We're just a good old-fashioned shoe store where we'll measure your feet, make sure you're in the right size, and help you find a comfortable shoe for men, women, and children.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
The Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development is warning unemployment claimants about an email scam that continues to make its way across the country. The historic increase in unemployment claims due to the COVID-19 pandemic has led to targeted fraudulent activity in many states across the nation. The email circulating from coast to coast pinpoints individual claimants trying to convince them that there's an issue with their claim. The email utilizes a seemingly authentic but generic email address and contains the subject line, Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Notification. It warns claimants online access to their account has been restricted because of suspicious activity. It then prompts the claimant to click a link to submit personal information to remedy the issue. The fraudulent email reads, quote, "Dear PUA customer, we're writing to let you know that your access to your online account has been temporarily restricted because of suspicious activity and requires your immediate attention. Please log into your account immediately to verify your recent activity. It is very important that you follow all instructions included in each document when responding. If you do not respond timely, you may miss important deadlines and the agency may make decisions about your PUA benefits based on the information available," end quote. A legitimate email from the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development will have the department's name on it, and it will state it's an email from Jobs for TN, that's the numeric 4. If Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development requests documentation by email, claimants will submit through those documents through a portal branded with the Jobs for TN logo. Or if a claimant receives any email stating it's from the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development, they can go to the Jobs for TN website to check their information. If a claimant receives an email from a generic unemployment address, they should not respond and delete it immediately. In related news, Coffee County's unemployment data for the week ending October 31st shows 447 people receiving unemployment benefits with 70 new claims submitted. And don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guest includes Marilyn Harris, who will sing a couple of songs for us. Tullahoma Fire Chief Richard Chastain has an update on this year's Christmas toy drive, and Tiffany Clutter from the Manchester Parks and Recreation Department will stop by to update us on their activities. All that and more on this week's Living. We'll be right back with your weather forecast right after this.
You made the time and the sacrifice to broaden their horizons, to see their smiles, but mostly to make lifelong memories. We think it's time to do it again, just the two of you. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1958 at 80 degrees. The record low was in 1901 at 13 degrees. Average high on this day is 60 and the average low is 38. Clear weather in the forecast for tonight with a low of 29. Sunny weather expected for Wednesday with a high of 59 and a low of 36. And on Thursday, 61 is the high with a low of 39. And that's our News Leader Report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. You have a good evening.